Hey, what's up you guys? This is Junior Trader, and in this video we are taking a look at Nvidia stock options analysis. So let's take a look at where are the traders betting their money. As just off the chart you can see that we have a wall of calls and wall of puts. But let's see what type of options may come into fruition. We'll take a look at those options through the lens of technicals. I'll provide you a window as well, what I think Nvidia stock may stay in that window. That is what's the bottom and the top line for the stock to do this week. And all in all, by the end of this video, you would very well know what type of options may come to fruition, and also what type of traders might end up losing their money. Are these puts and calls, where are we seeing these big walls, are they really valid to trade as per the technicals? So let's take a look at all of that. Now, before that, if you can also go to my channel and check out this video, if you haven't, that I did on Nvidia yesterday, the most important zone for the week that I am talking about in this video, that will give you all the high level understanding of the technicals and give you a head start on this video. Highly suggested. As for very high level on the technical side, real quick before jumping into the options, as long as we are below $117 to $118 area, we are still in the bearish structure. And this zone of 106 to almost 108 area is the zone that I have been talking about, that it's a very important zone to watch this week. And now why is that? That requires more detailed explanation, which I have done in this video, as I said. So check this video out if you haven't done so, all right, on my channel. So now coming back to the options here, guys, let's go to the daily interval first. And let's see what the options data is telling us. Now, I see that we have, so black is the last trading day closing price, and then green are the calls, red are the puts, and these are for the this week expiration. Now, I'm seeing a huge calls, quite a lot of calls, 87,000 almost, and then puts are 68,000 at 100, calls are 87,000 at 122. Quite a steep increase. So let's talk about this, right? 122. So let's go back to Nvidia chart here, and $122. Let's mark it on our chart. Where is it? Almost, this is where it is almost, right? So is Nvidia in that structure now? Why so? Nvidia technically is not in the direction of 122. We are, before that, we have 117 and $118 range that Nvidia has to really get out of to change the structure. Now, can this happen? It can happen if, let's go to the hourly interval, and that's where this zone comes into importance. The zone that I talked about down here in that video of mine. But what this zone is all about, very high level again, is the demand candle still has its influence here. So if it falls and bulls can rotate it back up here and pushes it up higher, things may start to look okay. But since it's only 5 days until 122 for the options, if Nvidia falls, let's say Monday, below 111 and 50 cents, that opens up the door here to potentially a demand zone. But Monday, let's say it stays down here even after a little bit of rebound, it has to get above first this two pivots as well then, right? 111 and 50 cents. Let's say it does that on Tuesday, it gets up, but then it still needs to get out and above of 117 area to 118 area, this level, significant level. So you need to see it like by Wednesday. If it falls, get above it. So 122, guys, and then 200 hours moving average will also come below it, which means price has to get out of that resistance zone as well. So if Nvidia on Monday falls below 111 and 50 cents, likelihood of $122 calls is unlikely for Friday. It's very unlikely. If, however, Nvidia closes Monday, even if it closes below this $118 area, But if it closes strong up here on Monday, 122 comes into possibility. And if we get above by Tuesday, above 118, then sure. Yes, probability of 122 increases. So it's all about, can Nvidia gets above. If Nvidia can get above 118 by Tuesday, then 122 is very likely, and that way your options will also not go through degradation. But if it breaks below 111 and 50 cents on Monday, I would not touch 122. All right, just keep that in mind. So yeah, it's right now not, and right now, yeah, it's not in that direction. Price action is not in the direction of 122. But provided those cases happens, I gave you the timeline. But yes, it's not in the right direction. 122 has a unlikelihood a lot, and then likelihood if by Tuesday things improves and we get above 118. All right, so touch it with a 10-inch pole or something, or no, don't even touch it. But again, as those levels would confirm, accordingly make your decision. Let's talk about these puts. $100 puts, quite a lot. Brick wall sitting, 68,000, almost there, right? So what's the story with that? So let's put it down at $100. Right? Now, this is very common that you will see these spikes because these are cheaper ones, right? So most of the traders trade those, but what they don't look for is it even technically viable, right? And that's what we are doing in this video. And that's why most of the options traders lose their money, because they don't do the technicals. They just go and see, oh, where's the cheaper? Oh, now the stock is falling. Okay, let's see the cheapest option. But will the stock move that much? That's another question, right? So that's why technical analysis is very important, even if you're doing options. Now, so Nvidia, $100. So this is, again, well, so let's go to the hourly interval. As I said, this zone can act as a really good demand zone first time if it gets at 106. So if Nvidia falls below 111 and 50 cents, and let's say it closes red strong here, right? It doesn't show any double bottoms, it doesn't show any pivot, doesn't show any influence of this previous demand candle. Then if we break this level 106, yeah, $100 is, but if we break 106, let's say even by Wednesday, $100 will likely come in play. But just remember, if Nvidia comes down around 106, but because we have this strong demand candle sitting here, guys, right now, still it has its influence still, and if Nvidia gets bought back up and doesn't close and closes with a wick down here, right, with a green body up here or even a red body, but we have a strong wick down here, then $100 is unlikely we'll get this week, because we are seeing a buying happening in this demand zone. And if once Nvidia gets above 111 and 50 cents again, yeah, forget $100. And so this is the case if it breaks 111 and 50 cents to the downside. But if it doesn't break that, and it just gets above 20-50 hours moving average and starts to close strong above at around 118 on Monday even, yeah, forget $100, not happening. If Nvidia doesn't break 111 and 50 cents on Monday to the downside, forget $100 is going to happen for the rest of the week, in my opinion. And we'll see how price action does on Tuesday and Wednesday. If it weakens, but then sure, we'll see, because it's not still guaranteed, because that area of influence is still enacted and will have its influence. So yeah, $100, if we don't break below 111 and 50 cents on Monday, $100 by Friday is very unlikely on the options. So just keep that in mind. So that's the opinion on where the brick walls are sitting. I first want to talk about that. Now, what about the other options? They're decent, they're fine. I still see there's high density on the call side though, if we take in average and median into consideration. But let's take a look at what type of window that I think Nvidia will trade this week. And that window, guys, is even if we get above 118, I would not want to bet anything more than 122, right? Well, pretty much that's where that strong calls is sitting, right? So let's go back to again to the hourly interval. Yeah, so it's still there. And provided the cases that I provided they happen, then only 122. But I'm providing you the range of window, so a little bit over 122, actually 122 and 50 cents area. And yeah, and the safest range is actually well, so there are two things. The possible range could be, you know, somewhere, I think, sure, you can take $100 to $120 as the the possible range. But if you ask me the most likely safest range, that will be from 106 to 118. So this is the most safest range I would go with. So yeah, that's my take this week, that 117 to 106, but you will still have to have positions taken according to the levels only, right? You can't just say, oh, okay, it's going to go to 118 also, and it's going to go to 106 also. No, it all depends how the structure would become. But this is based off of the levels, as if it continues to stay up here or break. These are the most likely zones that this week Nvidia will go to. And then, yeah, if we start to break 106 on a huge sell-off, yeah, then $100 also comes into range. And then if we start to break 118 to the upside, then 122 also comes in the range. All right. So a little bit above that as well. 123 maybe, just give it that. Well, guys, so accordingly, make the decision if you want to do the options. I'm seeing some spike at 120 and 110 as well, relatively to the other ones. I would not go above 122 on the options, in my opinion. Even that's the extreme, I guess. And again, the 120 depends on 118 as well, and 110 depends on 108. Oh, well, yeah, 110. Let's take a look at that put option, right? So let's go to the hourly interval again. And actually, 110 is not that bad, guys. Yeah, like this option is waiting to have, this will, yeah, even though we have a demand zone here, but $110 put is, yeah, as we continue to stay in this downtrend and we break below, yeah, this will very likely come into play. Yeah, 110 only if the levels break to the downside. Just remember that if price starts to go up, yeah, $100 is, price is not favoring $110 puts. All right, it's all about if price stays in this, downtrend, stays below 113, breaks 111, which will, yeah, as soon as we just don't even get above 113 and 51 cents now, yeah, 110 is the, can very likely come. But anyways, so just make the decisions according to those technicals that I provided, and also provided your opinion on what type of options may look good and may go worthless. And anything above 122, I think those options will go worthless. Just my opinion. If the price breaks, quite something happens, goes up to the moon, then yeah, sure. But right now, as looking at the price action, anything above, like 122 is also a stretch. Anything above that calls is just, I don't think it's worth trading your money on to those for this week. All right, that's it for this video. If you found it helpful, valuable, please hit the like, subscribe. I'll see you in my next videos, guys. Take care. Bye.